Hello everybody, what's going on? Jerome here, bringing you guys some Bloons Tower Defense 5. This is a special video where I'm going to show you guys what happens when you get pro mode for one of your special agents. I only had enough to do it for the Angry Squirrel, but I will do these as much as possible. It takes a while to get that much monkey money, so you have to bear with me. So right now, I pro'd myself up with that, as you can tell, pro unlocked, and I'm going to show you guys some of the differences. So first off, just at like a little base level of what the tower is and things like that, it's a tower that costs $60 total, and what is it? When you get him, he basically, after a balloon, without pro mode, after a balloon leaks through, so if you follow me in pineapple terms right here, he leaks through here, he turns into like a super rage mode where he just hits a bunch of targets for about, I'll say 5 to 8 seconds. And the thing is, that works pretty well. He does tear through a lot of enemies and he shoots a lot quicker. But the only thing to consider is each of his acorns, whether or not he's angered or pro or regular, only shoots through one layer of balloon per shot. Now, with the Pro upgrade, what it ends up doing is that instead of waiting for them to break through to go into Rage mode, he goes into Rage mode after popping 20 balloons. Once the 20th balloon is popped, he turns into this super monster, and that'll just take over the whole screen. Now, once again, to just consider this, is that it works in a dual purpose when you get this Pro mode, in that he does get the extra added ability when he turns purple, which does make him, it's more powerful than normal Rage mode, and that ends up happening after once you pop 20 balloons, or it also replaces normal rage mode when a balloon leaks through. So now you get this superpower being on both of those accounts. But as good as that sounds, it's really not that good at all. So let me just show you guys how good they are or what they do. See, he shoots fairly slow, and he tries popping through layers of balloons. He only pops one layer at a time, though. That's the only problem. Once you pop through 20, though, here, I'll let you guys see the counter. That was about 10. So once it gets to about 705, he should, yep, right there, he turns into this super angry squirrel. And look at that. He took out about 70 balloons, which was very nice. But the problem is when you only have one of them, it's not going to do you well. And I say only one of them, and I know you're thinking, well, Jerome, what if I stack a bunch? Sure, you could stack a bunch and do it, but then at that point, the round isn't worth the amount of money you're going to be getting. I can guarantee it. Unless you're doing... Well, no, it still isn't worth it, really. The thing to consider is if you're trying to make your monkey money back, once you buy 2 of them for 120, it's really not worth it to try and even beat that wave to get the monkey money that comes from it. So you're trying to focus on only using one. So practical-wise, it's not that good. He's only going to pop like 80 balloons around, which does sound kind of nice, but at the end of the day, it's really not that good. If you're just trying to get really far in the game, then perhaps if you just spammed squirrels, then you could get very far, and it probably would do you well and everything like that. But at the end of the day, you'd lose so much monkey money from it. But yeah, so we have 2 set up now, just so you guys can see the difference and things like that. Now, what I'm going to do for you guys is just show you guys the rage mode a little bit better. I'm going to sell off that spike tower, just let a couple of these enemies through, and then you guys will be able to see what it looks like. We might have to wait till the next round. So let's try and wait through the next round, and wow, see, I see he pops through a lot. The problem is just it's so short in duration, it's not worth it. But there you go, see the yellow balloon pass through, and they both upgraded to their rage mode. And now, another thing to consider, we're just going to do a time thing real quick. So 1, 2, 3, I mean, that was about 4 seconds, you'd say. So we'll try it again, just in case you didn't see it perfectly. Let's see, once he turns into rage mode again, that might take a while. I'm just going to set up another spike factory right here, just to make sure, because they're being kind of annoying with that, so let's just make sure that's secured. Now, we gotta kill off the, fuck, it's not where, they just keep getting rage, so hold on, let's see. Fast forward time, what we're trying to do is time it in fast forward mode to see how long it takes, and then we're going to time it in non-fast forward mode, just so we can get a feel for it. I'm just going to pop that there to fast forward that around. Okay, you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it was imperfect seconds, but just about 4 seconds in fast forward mode. Now we're going to change it to regular mode, and we're going to see just how long it takes in regular mode. When I did it before, it took, I think it was about 8 seconds, so it's really not that good, but you guys will see for yourself. So that's like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 9. We'll probably say it's programmed for 10 seconds because those were kind of slow seconds. So you get 10 seconds of rage mode, which once again doesn't take out the most enemies, but it does do a lot of damage. Another factor to consider is, will rage mode run out if you are in between rounds? Like, does that take away from your time? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let these ones burn through, and I'm not going to fast forward the next round once they go into rage mode. I'm just going to let them get their anger out, I guess you could say, for that round, and then we're going to see what ends up happening from that. My guess is that I actually think it might take away from it. As cheap as that sounds, I think there's a good chance that it might actually take away from the time, so that means you have to try and fast forward through the round as fast as possible, and that's actually really cheap that they would do it, but I think they do. Okay, we got ourselves some lead balloons, so let's just pop through these guys, and let's set ourselves up nicely like that. There we go. So, they're popping through. Come on, I'm trying to make a point here. Okay, they don't want me to make a point yet. Just yet. Sorry about that. They will want me to make a point soon, don't worry. Trust me, I was talking to them. They want me to make this point. Man. I don't know. Overall, though, I guess I'll start doing my final analysis of them. Either way, because that doesn't really involve it. I think with only one of them, they're not worth it. I think if you build multiple of them, they are worth it. Because they'll help you get through the round, but at the end of the day, if you're trying to make money, they're not worth it. So really, it's all situational. If you're just trying to get as far as possible, then yes, they're a really good way to stockpile up your money at the beginning, and then you can build banana farms, focus on other things, and if you build just a couple of them, like 1, 2, 3, 4, you set yourself up to get through a lot of the levels, and you'll also get some great towers along the way and a lot of money stored up. So it's worth it there. If you're trying to beat, say, a round on easy, medium, or hard, just try and get to the end and not go any further, it's not at all worth it. Not even close to worth it. So that's what you have to wonder if you're doing. If you're trying to get high round, it's worth it. Otherwise, it's really not, and it's a complete and total waste of money, at least for the squirrel. So I'm going to try and do it for other different types of units, but for now, that's the only one I could afford, because they are very costly, which is another thing to consider, just how costly they are. So before you go out and buy a bunch of them, I would just suggest look at what you're getting into, and especially if you're going to do it, don't get the squirrel. I mean, I don't think it's worth it. I'm sure you could find a better one out there. Okay, so now they're really getting annoying, and I have failed to show you guys the how long they last in pause. So I'm just going to cut the video here, and then I'm going to cut back once I get to a part where it's the end of a wave and they have their rage mode. Alrighty, guys. Okay, guys, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to build a super monkey here just so I can pop through a lot of the balloons, but then leave a couple for after the round just to break through so I can time it perfectly to see how long you have after the fact. Another thing to consider about the angry squirrels is that they can hit lead balloons, but that's about it. They can't hit camo balloons or anything else of that sort. They also can hit Moab balloons, but there's really no point to that. They're not going to do a lot of damage, and you can trust me on that one. They're not any kind of special unit in terms of hitting them. So let's see. You ready? It's the end of the round, and will their power run out at the end of a round? And it looks like the answer is going to be no. So it does stall the timer on their... Oh, wait, no, it does. There you go. They do run out. Wow. So basically, that just goes to show you. Another downside to them is that once you get the super power-up or rage mode, if the round ends, all that time you're taking reassembling your towers, things like that, that's taking away from their rage mode time. So that's just going to count against them because it's going to rush you if you want to get their full ability at the end of a round, and it's really not worth it then at that point. And finally, the last thing to say is that they can once again pop through lead balloons. They can't see camo balloons though, which it can be countered by using a meerkat spy or 3 upgrades to the right on your monkey village. But other than that, they're really not, they can't do anything against them. They also can pop through ceramic balloons and things like that, but it takes them a long time. And it has to be in rage mode only. Same as lead balloons. Lead balloons have to be in rage mode only or else they won't pop through them. And the thing to consider though is that the bees, or what is he called? He's like the bear guy right here, the beekeeper, the bear special agent. He's much better suited to kill ceramic balloons. I'm not really going to talk too much about him because, you know, he's not the point of the video, but he's probably better off at killing ceramic balloons. So at the end of the day, squirrels, decent, not great, and personally I was a little disappointed. Well, anyway guys, thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope this helped you guys out in deciding what special agent you want to pick. And I don't know, hopefully it did something for you guys. Anyway, if you haven't subscribed already or you're new to my content, please subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. We have a fast-growing community here, and I always love to have new guys aboard. And as always, have a nice day, and plus, I always throw extra stuff on. If you like the video, like it. If you dislike the video, dislike it, and leave in the comment section what I did wrong if you didn't like it, because I always like the constructive criticism, and I do read through it. So if someone's like, Jerome, this is stupid, you shouldn't have done this, I'll read it. So, you know what I mean? Just leave me feedback, and I'm glad to respond, I guess. Thank you guys. Good night.